Have you ever found yourself missing someone who caused you a lot of pain? Maybe it was a toxic ex, a difficult family member, or a friend who betrayed you. You know they weren't good for you. You know the relationship was unhealthy, but still, there's this lingering feeling, this ache of missing them. It can be incredibly confusing and make you feel like you're going crazy. Why on earth would you miss someone who hurt you so deeply? Well, first off, I want you to know that you're not alone in this, and it's a completely normal human experience. It doesn't mean you're weak or that you want to go back to being hurt. It's much more complex than that. Let's break down some of the psychological reasons behind this strange and powerful feeling. One of the biggest reasons is something called a trauma bond. This isn't about love or a healthy attachment. It's a powerful, unhealthy connection that forms in a cycle of abuse and reward. Think about it. In a toxic relationship, it's rarely bad all the time. There are often intense moments of kindness, affection, and what feels like deep connection. These good moments act like a powerful reward. Your brain gets a hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Then, the negative behavior returns to criticism, the neglect, the manipulation. This creates a cycle of highs and lows. Your brain becomes addicted to this cycle, constantly craving the next high, the next moment of affection to make the pain go away. When you leave the relationship, you're not just leaving the person. You're also going through withdrawal from this intense chemical cycle. That feeling of missing them is often your brain craving that next dopamine hit, even though it comes at a huge emotional cost. It's an addiction, and like any addiction, it's hard to break. Another key factor is our brain's tendency to romanticize the past. Our memories are not perfect recordings of events. Over time, we often start to filter out the bad stuff and focus on the good. It's a psychological defense mechanism. Your mind might be trying to protect you from the full weight of the pain you endured. So, you start remembering the laughter, the inside jokes, the time they were sweet to you, and the bad memories of fights and tears begin to fade into the background. This selective memory can create a distorted, idealized version of the person and the relationship, making you miss something that in reality wasn't as good as you now remember it to be. Then there's the loss of the future you imagine. When you're in a relationship, you build a shared vision for the future. You imagine holidays together, milestones, growing old. When the relationship ends, you're not just mourning the person. You're mourning the death of that future. You're grieving all the plans that will never happen, the life you thought you were building. That sense of loss can be overwhelming and can easily get tangled up with missing the person themselves, even if they were the source of your pain. You're missing the dream, not necessarily the reality. We also have to consider the role of familiarity and routine. Humans are creatures of habit. Even a bad routine can feel comfortable simply because it's familiar. That person, despite the hurt they caused, was a huge part of your daily life. They were who you texted good morning, who you called after a long day. When they're gone, there's a huge void in your routine. This emptiness can feel like loneliness, and it's easy to mistake that feeling for missing the person. You might not miss them as much as you miss the habit of having someone there. The silence can be deafening, and your brain might trick you into thinking that even negative attention is better than no attention at all. Let's not forget about identity. In long-term relationships, especially intense ones, our sense of self can become intertwined with our partners. You might see yourself as so-and-so's partner. Your social circle might have been shared. Your hobbies might have been done together. When the relationship ends, it can trigger an identity crisis. You're left asking, who am I without them? This uncertainty is scary. Missing them can be a way of clinging to that old familiar identity because stepping into a new one, all on your own, feels daunting. It's a fear of the unknown. Finally, there's the element of intermittent reinforcement. This is a concept from behavioral psychology, and it's one of the most powerful ways to hook a person. It's the same principle that makes slot machines so addictive. You don't get a reward every time you pull the lever, only sometimes unpredictably. In a toxic relationship, the affection and kindness are the rewards. Because you never know when you're going to get them. You keep trying, keep hoping. This unpredictability makes the good times feel even more valuable and intense. When you leave, you might find yourself still caught in that loop, hoping for one more win, one more moment of kindness, even though you know the odds are stacked against you. So, what can you do about it? How do you move forward when your heart and your head are telling you two different things? The first step is awareness. Simply understanding why you feel this way can be incredibly empowering. Recognize that what you're feeling is likely a trauma bond, a chemical withdrawal, or a grief response, not a sign that you should go back. Next, be kind to yourself. Acknowledge your pain without judgment. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the good moments, the loss of the future you imagined, and the loss of the part of yourself that was invested in that relationship. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel confused. Then, you have to actively fight against the romanticized memories. When you find yourself missing the good times, make a conscious effort to remember the bad. You could even write down a list of all the reasons you left, all the times you felt hurt, disrespected, or unhappy. Keep it somewhere you can look at it when you're feeling weak. This isn't about dwelling on negativity. It is about reminding yourself of the reality of the situation to counteract your brain's tendency to idealize the past. It's also crucial to fill the void they left behind. Create new routines. Reconnect with old friends you may have lost touch with. Find new hobbies that are just for you. Rebuild your identity around your own interests, values, and goals. The more you invest in yourself and your own happiness, the less space they will occupy in your mind. And most importantly, if you are struggling, please seek professional help. A therapist can provide you with tools and strategies to navigate these complex emotions, heal from the trauma bond, and build healthier relationship patterns for the future. You don't have to go through this alone. There are people who are trained to help you process this and come out stronger on the other side. Remember, healing is not a straight line. There will be good days and bad days. But every step you take towards understanding yourself and prioritizing your own well-being is a step in the right direction. Missing someone who hurt you is a painful, confusing part of the healing process. But it doesn't have to define you. By understanding the psychology behind it and taking proactive steps to heal, you can break free from that cycle and build a future that is truly healthy and happy. Thank you so much for watching. If this video helped you, please consider liking and subscribing for more content on mental health and personal growth.